New York for more, America for more. After Nigeria, South America, New York City, say, so what we need here, the most reliable, fast, secure money transfer app, tap sense, about New York City. The sun say, yeah, see a white customer. We say we see, tap sense, every year, we see the other company. What now,
Try to see positive things. You see, whatever you feed your mind, that is what the bring out to you. So garbage in, garbage out. So feed your mind with pleasant things that are not wholesome. No, don't engage in it, because the more you see, don't say I don't know. I say social media, I say internet. And you see algorithm, then whatever you like watching, that is what it portrays to you, it gives you. So if you always want to watch new things, your mind is only going to let your eyes notice those things. If you dwell on positive things, your mind is going to show you positive things in your situation. And first of all, we should try and have a positive outlook to life. There's a lot going on. There are certain things you can't do anything about. Just leave it to God. Do your best and stay positive. Then I also say certain situations, you need not to engage yourself. Some people are very toxic. You know, sending power in them, they are too toxic for you. If you realize that they are toxic, it's best that you draw from them. Some people don't sow into you, they always want to rape. If someone can unite, it's negative, it's not affecting, it's affecting you. The people you are connecting with, it's not helping, so unflock from them, so that you can get a good source. So check the people you communicate with, your friends, and certain people that you realize that they are toxic, they are rather feeding your mind with unwholesome things, desist from them. And certain associations from Facebook, because I realize I have a client who says, obviously, certain sites on Facebook that he gets depressed. Say, now why there's best is don't visit those sites. If you visit those sites and it's talking about our relationship, it's best to don't visit those sites, so that you can get a wholesome mind, because we are all different and how life deals with us is different. But mostly it's how you sow, the choices you make. So try and make good choices so that your outcome will be good for you. Now, and also if you realize that you have any mental issues, we mentioned certain signs that if you see them, you need to see a therapist. You need to go for counseling. You need to talk to someone so that everything will come out of what you are doing. Because if you say depression, you find it serious. I'm depressed. But clinically, they are depressed. There are lots of factors that can make somebody depressed. A biological factor, a gene, a woman, a internet, say who power bisa. Yebise mu ansa ebusua bi wo ba omo wo saa o ba no ayopote bia no so betime su ahye dem. They have those genes there. Some of these mental disorders, and I say health illness, it's from the genes. If it's your environment, maybe I will be you were abused, and now you watch your mother being beaten, abused. You watch crime scene. So it affects your mind. It affects your mental health. Look at it, all what you see, you don't like it. So maybe you'll be hearing voices. I see somebody is calling you. So the environment that you are in, if you are not in a cool and conducive environment, it affects you. And growing up, the type of parents that you had, parents are more harsh. Parents they were not showing love. Parents who think say your home, it's all about achievement. But the emotion aspect, how you feel, the friends you make, it will go school no class, no but they don't care about it. All what they want is the grade you had and all that. It affects you when you grow up. You become you grow up and you realize certain parts of you, certain emotion that you need to express. You can't express. You are bottled up. And your relationship with people doesn't go on well. These are some of the factors that help people, that make people, causes people to have mental health. And it's some of the disorders as well. We talk about the mood disorder, then we talk about depression, we talk about bipolar. Bipolar no ye wo mu ahodo. Sana depression ye wo mu ahodo. It's in can kind of go on depression a bit high. They feel like they want to commit suicide. They want to end everything. When it gets to that time, you need clinical assistance. It just more depressant. It's the chemical imbalance in the mind. It's give you drugs to lower it down. Then we give you therapy. It is psychiatric for animal withdrawal. Then we, the counseling psychologists, also take you through therapy. See, we are trying to desist from giving people a lot of drugs because the effects of drugs and what. So the therapy comes in more. The drugs, the therapy, so that you can be well. Once you can't depression, you can't obia, they are thinking about the past. They are beating themselves of what went wrong in the past. They are sad. So being sad for 2 weeks and more with no apparent reason will be being weird. You are not grieving. You have not lost your job. You have not lost your girlfriend. Your marriage is okay, but you are sad for 2 weeks. So it's affecting how you behave. Your normal activities are religion, football. You don't want to watch it again. If you are not episode, you don't eat even again. You don't take off yourself. In 2 weeks and more, you need to go to the hospital. It could be a depressive case that we are handling. Then when you talk about bipolar, we are talking about people who have mood swings. Yes. They are happy. They are sad and they think they are not the best. It seems nothing works for them. Nobody likes them. But this same person can say, everybody likes me. I'm very good. So you don't know. It's like, see, we have double personality. And when they have the mania, they can do a lot of things. So we have the mild one. Some people have bipolar. They are mild. They are not taking any drugs. They're okay. But when we say, well, no, and I send them in an aspect. Ministry is here. Later, so such people, no, sometimes we need to understand that they are dealing with a lot, maybe in their mind. So you don't always need to, wait there. Just get closer to them. Ignore. Then the anxiety, I've touched on it. And one thing I want to add is epilepsy. Because in society, we think epilepsy is a spiritual disease. But epilepsy, although I'm a Christian, I believe in the spirituality, but a mental disorder, adrenal endocrine, it's a portion, say a transmitted one, that is where they have the convulsion, they have the episode, they get triggered, then it comes. It's also a mental disorder, and most of these disorders, they can't cure you outright, but they can manage it for you. It can go down. One can manage it with therapy and you'll be okay, can live a normal life.
Okasadon na menya message fi Arsenal Fans Association. Say aden na counselor eka say depression for no it be ba na yenti be hwe bobim. Say Arsenal fans for na ye depressive mode mu. Into the on behalf of we the Arsenal fans, we forgive you. Unim said that's what we are going through, but why? And we are mobile kakra. We also bobon de beshe, bone de attribute beshe. But we are still hanging in there. But on a more serious note, what are some of the activities we can do, and as one can do to gain their self-control? That is not visiting those unhealthy sites now say Facebook is one of the unhealthy sites there, but maybe if you want to break it down a little bit when it comes to the unhealthy sites on our page now.
You see, we have certain pages on Facebook, certain groups on Facebook that is healthy for you.
Okay.
So go for that time.
Like Tap Send Ghana say your Facebook page is healthy. Yes. HITV, your Facebook is healthy.
Very good. Yes, Tap Send is doing very well, educated program. So it will help you to
some kind of says to do more to what's in the kind of what's it Tap Send
Tap Send is helping to educate you and nurture you. So it's going to help your mental health if you always log on this channel. You learn. You see, so go for good channels. And if you have this mental challenge, you have this mental disorder, it's always good to be with a group. Don't isolate yourself. The more you isolate yourself, and your mind goes thinking about a lot of things. So be with the people who loves you, people you love. Be in a community. So hang around friends a lot. Don't exclude yourself from people. The more you are with people, they are talking, they are laughing. You see, smile is true. Obi is Obi is smile, Obu joki. You also find yourself laughing and smiling. As now for is here more mushy. If they are around people who are laughing and smiling, you see they also start laughing. But as now they are not just a book in heart, they're funny. By the way, so
Yeah, that was a while.
Manchester. Be around people who are kind of happy and all that. And if you are going through that, do exercise this more. You see, the more you exercise, it unplugs the mind, it clears the mind. So do more exercises. And in the open, exercise so open when you get a lot of fresh air. Take walks. Take walk, go for nature. Instead of being indoors, if you don't have that much friend, it's better you be at the park, look at scenery, a beach, and all that. It clears up a lot. And rest.
I know Bana said, be a name, one casa, and I'm in Vienna casa, because also becomes a you.
But in a therapy, sometimes the more you are out and watching that, it calms you down. Nature has a way of calming us. It's really and also. Wow. And I always say this, listen to good music. Into a while you can put good music, motivational music, that we have the Christian song, we have secular songs that are motivational. Just listen to them. The more you listen to them, it calms you. Do meditation. You can meditate on your own when you wake up in the morning, when you are about to sleep. Even when you feel like you are so stressed, just meditate. Imagine you are with a friend, somebody you love, or in a scene, in a park. Imagine that, and you realize that your stresses level are going to drop. Do that and pray. We are Christians. Pray a lot. Commit everything to God. When you are praying, just cry, say whatever you want. Talk to somebody. If you are not a Christian and all that, you can also journal. Whatever comes to your mind. This is one of the things that we do. You write. So you journal whatever you are feeling. If you are going through that episode, just write it down. You see, many great songs came out of depressive situations. Many movies came out from depressive situations. Many great books, poems came out from depressive situations. So when you are in that mental side and take everything, just take a book and a pen and write. Now the phone, you can record everything. When you finish, you can play it over, you can delete, and it will be safe for you.
Okay. Maybe we saw 2 more questions. Now, if there any add up a beer episode account with the account after the BA questions number share for any tier for the on both not both but Facebook, YouTube, Zoom. Through Zoom for the no. I have a lot of questions for you. Now the question the person you go through and I say be a busa concerning mental illness. They said from where we come from, who's a director and make a question they say let's try to be perspective when it comes to your culture, maybe feedback. I don't know. From where we come from now, right? A lot of people do not believe in mental illness. A lot of people do not even believe in mental health. I couldn't be na after the trim, the fear before and based on what you are telling us right now, I think the little that we know, actually say 80% of mental illness issued in your car has got nothing to do with when you be Colombia and I say if you before be if you before to more drum I say I'm more titles accolade and so well so how do we psych ourselves to understand or come to reality, not necessarily the denial but come to reality, say mental illness and that's a mental diseases are real and that's how do we deter people with the stigmatization associated with mental illness? Because Obinya can say, me a depressed. Obinya can say, me a bipolar now. Not ya started treating who feel who be sad. So how do we? I want you to give us a little understanding how you bet me adjust to Matthias and say. Adiwe, it's here with us, it's living with us, and we just have to find a better way to manage it, and also how we can deter others from, stereotyping or the stigmatization that is associated with it.
You see, one very complicated thing with mental health is what you just mentioned: stigmatization and discrimination. And when I see a lot of people to commit suicide because mental health, it's not easy to come out yourself to tell people. It is an if out, not because I'm having challenge. My mood, emotions, experiencing somehow, you should realize that it's quite heavy for them. Now, once a mental health also, I did just say, and you'll be on weapon, and someone in the substance abuse, okay, heroin, psychosis. So one of those are in the one and it can lead you to having the schizophrenia and those psychosis. But here you wouldn't help. But we have people who were born with biological genes so they are depressed. A biological gene they are having their friends and schizophrenia, they are hearing voices. This one environment we don't what's now and I'm not waiting some mental health challenge or anxiety or slow. They feel that something bad is going to happen to them in the future. They can't handle a lot of things going on in their life. They have phobias and all that. Some people are bipolar. It's because of the environment they find themselves in. Because they have been abused countless times before. So the person is having this mental health challenge. There be so a while. Nipakona ye can't say and yet say I'm found and yet by situation. Maybe be able one father Tinabuchi on any really 2 pound buy on anybody 2 pound buy who did a body back pay. Then they ban prepare with feelings. Such a person, when they are going through a challenge, you don't say baby the one say one. No, they can't understand. They can't. I don't know my back when to say up to me. The Bassam Bob Brass will be is so mammy. It's Ubemono, as of Casaka Sanano, Ubemono, is some of the county need you for my Samina is so. And yes, I'm running a Wubeka said, and dropping a baby said, no, we should stop the stigmatization. And yes, some people not go for help. And I make her say, Bebrena, our mental disorders, Bebrena, I will want the girls will move your mobile. Only authority and so you okay. Maybe now what's it? I'm money at it. But you should understand, say, when somebody comes out like that, they need our help, they need our support. Now, if we show them love, mental health does with a lot of love. Showing them love that they accepted, you also include them in the activities. It's easy for them to recover than say leaving them alone, shunning from them. A bit near to me, a bit near to. It is a 2 Woman yen campum, and the yen one yet, Bebrina Eshomo. So, your barber can't say how we feeling in Yamo when they dissuade, and I said 2 weeks, yes, so I depressed, and I say, yeah, we realize it. And she said, to me, Eke Kayen, then so we are not saying or so far away. So we should rather stop, we should shun the stigmatizing and discrimination and rather go for help and help each other.
All right, that is so beautiful. I think so. If you've made your points very well, and watch it, so I might here. So based on what you said, earlier you made a point of something, and I think so. Whilst you were speaking, the question keep coming there about that call. So Ababium, I want to ask you before I go to Zoom and ask Ashafo. My Ashafo so quite so don't questions a bit to that because when you say I can base 15 minutes, that also we call 18 on the better quick. So that means addiction is also another form of mental illness and addiction that you encounter.
Addiction, when you are addicted to substances, you are having mental challenge, mental disorder. It will go over weekly. Like addiction, once we bring out this addiction, it be cocaine, alcohol, and one. Go clay or wishre, substance abuse. It's a substance abuse, painkillers. They be on painkillers away. In your mass, substance abuse addictive. Any dianity, or did you broso? You are having a mental disorder. Who are if your person running say it's not helping, but still they want to take it. It's all part of disorders. You need to go to the hospital for you to be assessed and helped.
Yeah, that's it. Sabre, Councillor Perfect Akasa, Bibia Kama, Ibako Koje in Kratwaba. You go in Kratwaba ba pet, Mr. Wow question bia, I don't know. No, I saw reaction emoji no Mousaso. Yeba abo se mo ama line up no wa so so first the mefro no abekasa na do do so so ato aso be se wo busa question and tietie mo se ne betimenya answers no na obi aso ti bebusa bi ebu enyina ebusa wie na se kwan wo hon ma now we can go back and do round 2 and ask more. Tisabe yenko je in Kratombra, ye ba pen on afede ne obi aye that was so. Say.
Hello, my name is Kat. Oh, hello, people. My name is Caleb Boss. The only boss. I'll wait to others. Have you heard? Wait, do you know that Tap Tap Send is live in Texas? Oh, you didn't know? We went to New York. Now we are live in Texas. So people in Texas and around, all you have to do is to download Tap Tap Send. Yes, Tap Tap Send has become the most unique, secure, and fast way of sending money across the world to your loved ones anywhere. Okay? So download Tap Tap Send on Google Play Store or App Store. And when you're in Texas or around, you just have to put in the code TXGH. What did I say? TXGH. And you get $10 for your first transaction you make. Mahama Media, Texas, you do, very soon we'll conquer everywhere. Download Tap Tap Send now on Google Play and App Store. Tap Tap Send. It's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
All right.
Woman, I see a woman every day in the mirror. I see a woman, and every time I look in my mind, I see the woman, a wonderful woman, and every young woman, mother of nature, beautiful woman, beautiful woman. Meu pai, baby, pai, Saniga sinjo incha, neyesa. Me was suba wa buchema.
Okay, yeah, that must say, producer director, that must say. Sabra, you better call na afedie questions at a war Zoom no, yeah, the atudra, Mr. Wawa won saso no. I think said most be man saso answer the year commercial break no. Pajowa about saso no beti makasa. Answer what those are out for me to me on home bio.
Hello, PK. Pacho Benny.
Yes, about what question?
The Pacho.
Oh, okay. Me bow. I think some who ni padi bio, ni padi sa man saso bio.
Okay.
iPhone, Mr. So all the amounts are like I now or you penal about I did a question about why.
Okay, yo.
I don't mean I'm person maybe our line.
Okay, me that's but your mechanic extra.
Pacho say.
But your mechanic extra.
Pacho, mete.
Okay. Mayor Joseph Arthur. In fact, this is a very good topic. It seems the other what you do. It shouldn't be today alone. Maybe next time or subsequent. Because a lot of us are having depression now. Even we don't know. But I'm being depressed there. On 24th April. 24th April this year, me sending $800 to Ghana, my brother. According to Tap, what I checked the scan was sent. My brother scan original war Airtel Tigo. Once what is the scan one sankai. I've called Tap so many times. What's the my brother on for a phone call on for making a statement in nature statement or Ghana. One Airtel, Tigun, or that, but up to now, Mr. $800 is not small money. That might be my hey, but madam in that $800 in US is not small money. my yard, madam, and every night at 2 o'clock I have to wake up.
Okay.
Every intimate portrait, woman more than one solve me now. Damn a depression and baby me the pizza about landing intimate portrait. One can one solve no problem. No.
Okay.
Daddy.
Uncle Joseph, Uncle Joseph, Mr. WhatsApp is gonna be well taken care of. Actually, somebody will talk to you. Would actually chat message or them no. Or we don't back us offline one. No IG details. No also what would be a will be no. Wow, that side why Mr. Now you so you may be a so I'm more of this. Be nice a job counselor preference choir. You may be more tap set questions no. Now be the more details will be able to go to, but will be no better chat. I will back door. The producers need be no better chat or back door. That will be
Okay. Then we're not on my chat. Let's continue from there. Thank you so much.
Oba Yanko, who are now Ras Quacks, as well adding the question about.
Mepatreo. Mental illness is something that has been, it's almost like the unforbidden topic within the African community, not necessarily Ghanaians, but within the African community. Now, my question is, how do we, I'm speaking from a Christian perspective, how do we educate our community that it is okay to merge, our traditional prayer and fasting to heal things with modern day medicinal remedies to cure mental illness? Because it seems as if people are hesitant because we are so, we've been, I don't want to say brainwashed, we've been, because of our religious background and our faith in God, there's nothing wrong with praying for healing. But I also believe that, Christ also, or Jesus also, God gave us the knowledge to be knowledgeable and go in education further and to be knowledgeable to come up with medicine. So how do we educate our community that it is okay when it comes to mental illness? There is nothing, you're not stigmatized. It is all right to combine our belief system, traditional herbal stuff, along with, Western medicine. That is my question, please.
Councillor Preference, question here.
Yeah, you see, one major step is what TapTapSend is doing. At least he has used this platform to educate people, say, you being depressive, you having depressive feelings, you having anxiety, that fear, that phobia, you having swing motions, you having schizophrenia, hearing voices, that is from your audience and you are hearing voices, so you are smelling things. I said, if you are smelling, say, this an awful scent. Was smelling scent, you are feeling that something is getting into your mouth or something is oozing out. What that your mind you are seeing them, you think we're having vision. You need to go to hospital. It's one major step. TapTapSend is helping with HRTB. It's helping people to understand mental health. It's something that comes. Malaria now we treat, The same way we get depression, we have psychiatric, we have counseling psychologists, we have professionals who are there to take care of you. And from the Christian perspective, you see, from the Bible make account, it says Saul, the first king of Israel, was having depressive disorder. Internet says, Bible says, of David. So we use music in therapy. It's all about what the Bible acknowledges there. Mental illness is there. You having suicidal thoughts. Elijah wanted to take off his life because what they said, Jezebel, I have a cool prophet now, so God should kill him rather. But you see, so we have those things there. It's even noted in the Bible. So if we're going through that, you need not only prayers. I didn't know Saul. Oh yes, I'm young to say a prophet Samuel. And one time, that's how we do finish. There's no more prayer. So you realize that therapy is important. Medicine is important. See those malaria. Go to the hospital. Sana, why do you go to hospital? And to not saying here, you can't do any self-medication that will help you. unless you see a psychiatrist, see a professional, normal diagnosing. Who goes what? Can of friend? Here before the year can of friend. People when you are with this ass and will push you stand or say, Bibi was so no, who was the big now you want to make kasa kasa, who was the Bibi will push you. But you when you come and we ask, they don't tell the truth. So you can't give them the right help that they need. It will call Obiawa. Can tell your assembly how you feel, whatever your child goes. Just open up. And you see, counseling, one thing I say is a confidential thing. When you come for counseling, it's confidential. So whatever you say to me keeps in my mind, and as if I just record it. The next, if I refer you, I just give your referral sheet, your docket to the next person who is going to handle you. If it's not legal that they ask us to bring it in legal matters, nobody shares your information. Then we give empathy to you. If it's a gay situation, if it's whatever, we give empathy. We don't judge anybody. So if you have any issues, go. Once again, it is here, or you have a hospital, your best self medications. I had day no book here rationally to hospital near. But put your one pan, so take off yourself so that you'll be more beneficial to the community because Ghana needs that life more than wanted.
And I say, Rasquez. Rasquez.
Okay.
It's your
I say,
I don't know why.
I don't know. Question that can never be discussed. I think about the where the same yes, you know, put out exactly what are going to ask about things we are in our environment. I think in our environment we are always quick to find an easy way to push the limit, right? It's the idea that they are shaking to become. You are going to put some into the debate on cool, yeah, accommodate. Or to the debate on cool, yeah, but yeah, spiritual. You know, I'm glad that Obama asked that question and it's been answered. However, a point that I wanted to make out to gentlemen now of CBC, the $800 you have to do, and I think I'm permitted to say something on that.
No. I'm going to deal with it into the mission. I'm proceeding with all the outside of the background. Right?
Oh, okay. Because I had an experience with that, and I wanted to share how I resolved it.
Into the man called Councillor Perfect, so all Ghana and TMC and internet of Unity.
Okay.
Into your do Q&A now.
All right.
Now the contribution of the account, I come away.
Okay. All right. Over to you.
All right. But your question for Biom Ewa Honoma now. Another question for Councillor.
No, I have a question. I tried to raise my hand, but I say Menya option to do that. I don't know if I'm okay to go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, now Uncle Jimmy Akasa.
Okay, thank you. You Kasafri, Minnesota now. The question is, do we have any mental health? And I say rehab resources be Ghana. They are very supportive.
Okay, so for number way, well, now my message you Udini the Mohammed, right?
Mohammed Said Anna, on your phone, I'm
for number, we first our number now, or bet my directed to the right source. Yeah, the sources be on here, be amount. But that open Minnesota, right? Okay. Other friend number now, he'll be able to direct you to the better rehabilitation center. And I say, yeah, any way be a better 513.
513.
Yes, 372.
372.
5758.
Okay. A US number now.
I'll try. It's also Minnesota.
513.
372. 5758. But so who here BBC our Ghana there and the Councillor Perfect to be the best to talk to about it. Why?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
My younger brother all went to those peer influence,
Because of HIPAA violation, into the no. MOD won't. Yeah, to know that Nipa will just walk you through the process. Then it will be more confidential. And I'm gonna say, if you send us a services be our Ghana so would contact me? Who contact me? Be the Councillor Perfect number, now
number now down in
that be when you number where a psychiatrist. I don't know what USR say. He's one of our resource personnel on our platform. On him all those areas, concerning different states, all those avenues, and we'll be able to help you out with it. Right?
Okay. See, how do I get your number?
Or maybe number them producer the better platform this one, Oben who chat through Bono. Why?
Sure. Okay.
Oben who chat through Bono. And our Councillor Perfect so number the better chat through one to will be able to so that you guys can contact her and book an appointment and talk to her at the earliest convenience. Why?
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Mohammed that's Uncle Jimmy.
That I made that say, I have my identity with your solid presentation. With a quick question, and that the apples will be at LT 1 year, where do you place this? Is it a mental issue or
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
What's it? Yes. It's LGBTQ plus the QA. Most of them, when you do assessments of them, you realize that they have mental challenges. Some have been abused when they were young. Some were exposed to some of these behaviors. So the right modification, was born like that. But when you sit down to them and go into their past, you go into their childhood, you go into their mind, why they behave that way, you realize that most of mental issues. Internet, when we talk about psychology, we talk about the humanistic, who thinks that no free will to choose and life is shaped and all that. They have the behavioral therapists who realize that you're better molding and behavior to make a change or to cause something to go back. It's really obvious. Here, rapid pain, and I said, or that is so bad, and you have so bad, where do your bow? And no partner, you realize that you have that issues. It's in the air, can I say? It's most of these cases are mental health, and they need attention. They need our sympathy. But the acts that engage in it's wrong. But they themselves, they need help. Sometimes you need to help them to realize that what they are dealing with is sometimes abnormal.
All right. Joshua, answer.
Okay, that's it. Wait a minute, that's like something about saying the Albert Corona. You decide a question about your family lines related to some of these issues. But what would be the answer if you don't know? Because most of the family members, you only know them by face and name. You don't know what is really in it. And then what I know in our acceptance, they want to hide it. They don't even tell you. And you say no, because you don't know any. And answer because well, like, how are you going to answer that question? Because the person or the practitioner might be suspecting your case and then they want to trace back, but you have no idea.
Thank you. You see, when we are doing the assessment for you, you need to be as truthful as you can be. You don't know. But mostly, if we realize that it might be a gene that is causing it, we'll even ask, family member, bring the family member along. It is some questions we are in this when we are doing assessments, we even ask close to you. We can even go as far as your workplace to ask how you behave sometimes, how they see you, assessments for them to feel, so that we know where to place you on the DMS 5. And just be truthful. So we know how to handle it, and we know how to help you to recover.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Sabre, yebema kwan ama one more last question. Now for the you take counselor final words. And that's all the boss of the top am I na ya so dwumede so. Final question me patch so be what the final question be what ma obiso busa counselor. Because oko na busa me hu na maka kire o. Wan hwe na maka kire o nyina. Oko apply emfa. It's a Mr. Why say dear. Want you to now for the question that was in Mopan Emano.
You can patch on me. Another question.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to get your perspective on those who
maybe perspective on that counselor.
Counselor's perspective.
Okay, good. Because maybe they win.
Psychiatrist, yeah. So what about those children? The children who, I mean, naturally sometimes some people come across as more feminine in nature or vice versa, more masculine in nature. However, nowadays it seems as if that we are categorizing these children at a very infant, stage in their life, as if we basically label them. I don't know about Ghana, but over here they label these children at a very young age because they have these tendencies to show a little bit of femininity or masculinity. What is your perspective on those parents who say my children were born gay, or the child who later grows up to say I was born this way?
Thank you, Oba. You see, in Ghana, we have Kojo Besia, Adra Bema. We have that Kojo Besia, Bema Sofe Kojo Besia, Adra Bema, adding a male name to a female name, because they add a tomboy and all that. But one thing we should know is the child should be 18 years or 16, literally, before they can determine something from themselves. If we're parents, we are there to guide them. But certain major decisions and sexuality in their life, it's not up to you, the parent, to decide for them. Let them grow for them to decide it for themselves. And one thing I'll say here is, you see, if you see a child, a female, but acting like a male, having a lot of the male hormones, when you go to the hospital, they can help you correct it. There's a lot going on that instead of knowledge, we should seek knowledge and help our children. We are rather perishing. When you have that hormones, you go to the hospital, they are going to give you estrogen. It fits outside of the man because every lady is having the male hormones in her. Every male is having that bit of it in him. So if yours at the male is high, they will give you hormones so that the male aspect of you becomes more. And it boosts the body is going to pick it up at a young age. Before you grow up, you get to adolescence and all that. You are going to be the male that God created you to be. But you don't start labeling people. Putting label to things, it's not the best. Let's allow them to grow, for them to choose their sexuality. But there's help for such case. If you have a kid like that, take them to the hospital, explain it to the doctor, who is more open-minded. Some doctors, they are with them, so they be forcing it to them. No, but I told them want the hormones for them so that it bring it down. Then America is a mental health. It also affects children. Children up to 10 years have depression. It will buy as a bit. It's kind of the wolf. As some people, the wolf can see joint tantrums and he exclude himself when all the family is around them. Get them assessed. Mental health and you pay the phone one and classroom account.
All right. Yeah, that's it. Sabre, Councillor, perfect, Mr. O. Any final words beyond the Jaya Pine? Na ya mean say ya power brepa. I guess so asa or so na also around my chief until final words beyond the Maya and the Apede. That was a cracker.
Because mental health is very important. Mental disorder, mental illness, mental sickness. It can affect any of us. Some of us are having it, but just that it's not severe and yet critical and yet acute. That is why you don't see it. But we should stop the discrimination, we should stop the stigmatization. It can lead to suicide. And if you realize somebody is talking about, I'm not well said, saying or hearing voices, unusual or illogical thoughts, unreasoning anger or unreasonable anger or irritability, increase or low appetite, something that is not normal. The normal routine, a bit abnormal. For 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks, you need to help the person to see a psychiatrist, to see a counselor psychologist, to see a clinical psychologist, to see a therapist, so that they help that person. My name is Counselor Perfect. I'm a counselor psychologist, a licensed one. So if you need any help in Ghana, I'm here to help you.
Councillor Mepacho, number the ebe here or number odi Juma. Like when people need you, they can call on the schedule and talk to you. But John Bob by now producer one two in as Mr.
My number is 0243 plus 233 plus 233 243 28 37 84
28
plus 233 yes.
Until I repeat it.
243
plus 233 243
243
28
37 84
37 84.
Yeah, I'm on all social media handles.
Who social media handles in the business about my
Facebook, Counselor Perfect, or Perfect Counseling Network. That is my firm. On TikTok, Counselor Perfect. On IG, Counselor Perfect. On Twitter, Counselor Perfect. So Counselor Perfect all through. LinkedIn on is Counselor Perfect. So I deal with mental health, relationship and marriage, child counseling. So anything how to spice your marriage, pre-marital, post-marital issues. I'm here for you.
Mebao, how to spice? Adam, what the spices go our name?
Oh, worry, child. You need to spice this up from 5 years going.
So
it's like moving to my chain to when you have cut down stuff. So you need to help to spice this up and ginger yourself so that the bedroom will be exciting for you and to be more productive. The love will blossom back.
Okay, now can we hear more about Mr. Joseph Esther Mom Sasso? Mr. One so but two questions in my name is Uncle Bami or Mutu the Pembe Pacho. Mr. When I say me fan and count. Yeah, Jimmy. Me Pacho, Esther Jabotre, I'm sure Jabotre.
Sorry.
Joseph, Mr. My question of who are not Esther, but Uncle Jimmy. Here you are.
Me Pacho, I thought you mentioned me address.
Joseph. No, Uncle Joseph, Mr. Odia, I know about chat or back door and Mr. Bepacho. Why? We want to proceed with this program. Maybe you're bad outside or no better chat or back door. No. It's a BBN test in the back door. No. Esther, Mr. My question, bro.
Mepacho, I know, and your question, your contribution, if I have sometimes, you know, and you're not, and I remember maybe and no Muslim.
Mammy Esther.
And I said, okay, I mean to me, my name for any BBC. I said, a BBC, but then I said, depression be a yard. So other about so and I have married so. The BBC are not bad. I think a tea of my BBC. I didn't think I send I didn't open medium. What's going on? Instead, say about before for a night now, but be a juma boom. It's the M say, no, so you be as I see any that. So, I should say, Senia, a bit more. I take a call for make us a bit a dosing or yawa in the dancing.
Council, Mr. Producer, Mammy hate to sort here, but me the man in your kind to say, yeah, what in your kindness a question of it to me, you know, man, Pacho. Now, come a friend, I'm going to repeat, but man, no kind of Council out here.
You see, depression can affect your sexual life.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, no libido. It's there. So if your partner is having no libido, you must investigate further before when you win and flow, before when you do but they are mentally not well. So instead of you cheating on them, try to seek help for them.
All right. What that's it. Uncle Jimmy.
Okay, that's a major state. I am a cassette. You didn't say the Ethiopian and say nice, but my child did study with hand. It's not a whole complex that I could include in it. Okay, the new organ and I said there's a lot of suicides. I don't want to be talking a whole lot of it. Something publicly, Muyama, in general. Am I making sense?
Councillor Bajate.
Chances to be.
Maybe. To the public thing now, which present Mr. Ghana, I idea. Now, okay. Obertiana will be up in the young guys. What would you choose to do? Don't want to be a whole lot of a young Tiana a hard thing. Now, public, again, I'm more Yama a month for education. Ben, that was Ghana.
Thank you. Once we are giving more of education, we educate the public, say they should seek help. Until sometimes, we give even free bonus. Say, who issue be a serious, want to talk to us, and yet they are charge. We give that assessment. Even Apiati bomb this year. Yeah, a crisis in trauma counseling. Yeah, so we are helping the community, giving them education. We say sometimes, if we're having a partner, I also kasa in some more can in a mekum before I dream can it's more burn in our rather. And I say most health centers know mental health clinics. It's why you report now. On me the ambulance, who chase come the ambulance, we up a found their hospital, come up for Shanama. So we are giving a lot of public education. See, Ghana, so criminal law attached to suicide. No, they are fighting a moment into say, Obi tempted to Ocean one from Yanchini because a mental health issue. Rather than getting better counseling, yeah, I can say. In Yamabe to Toyi, and the pastor once young for yes, every. In Tikakankan, we are doing our best. But just say, and also, our sitting the way becomes overwhelming. But we are doing what we can to help our country.
Yeah, that's it. Actually, true. First, that was a bigger problem when it comes to attempted suicide. Actually, need to be charged for attempted suicide. Into that's it. Cause that's perfect. I mean, and cover home, no more buying. Meaning, so can my air how the ding. But you bet you na walk. But you can say HITB, and I was say you turn some fraud on one poputi now would be near Bishadi Kumakama say. Tatap says also Omandawasi say Wangasano Banano, Wabe D Tataps and home a dance kama actually we are suffering all economists Ramanes was a Manenda one on never boost your form more we are suffering through Europe, UK, USA, and Canada, Momuna and Jusu Tataps. Yada was it. In repair the best from Waba, no near Babidin Comobium. Okay, Councillor Perfect Echo, near the accurate in the man in Sanana O Gani. It was for some you do Q&A, Better Dr. David, not for the was also about that. There will be, I don't know what me any I can, but before I don't know, I'll get you ready to be bad in the Becco, try a hunka crack for a quick commercial break. Now, for the yeah, told you, this one, Madam Asim.
Oh, hello, people. My name is Carly Boss. The only boss. I'll wait to others. Have you heard? Wait, do you know that Tap Send is live in Texas? Oh, you didn't know? We went to New York. Now we are live in Texas. So people in Texas and around, all you have to do is to download Tap Send. Yes, Tap Send has become the most unique, secure, and fast way of sending money across the world to your loved ones anywhere. Okay? So download Tap Send on Google Play Store or App Store. And when you're in Texas or around, you just have to put in the code TXGH. What did I say? TXGH. And you get $10 for your first transaction you make. Mahama Media, Texas, you drew very soon we'll conquer everywhere. Download Tap Send now on Google Play and App Store. Tap Send. It's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
Woman, I see a woman every day in the mirror. I see a woman, and every time I look in my mind, I see that woman, a wonderful woman, and a freaking woman, mother of nature, beautiful woman, beautiful woman. Meu pai, vive pai. Saniga sinjoincha, neyesa. Me was super wow, but
I was at war, your friend Calibos, the only post with what is. You know about TapTapSend? Unima Metro. TapTapSend is one of the easiest, convenient, reliable money transfer app you can get. You can download TapTapSend on Google Play Store or App Store. You download it and then you register. Register and you are good to go to send money across every place, many countries in the world. TapTapSend. I wouldn't like that.
All right, Busa for you, the Masia Sabe, Biom Sabre, your best friend, Dr. David. Now, we're leading with any updates, and I said, yeah, you may never know. Something may happen whilst we're talking for the past 1 hour on an update via Pi, and just had the young Q&A. Now, questions will be on November. Dr. David, over to you.
PK, because Omega.
It's all up.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, PK.
Your feedback from the show. And
before I make up Bibiana, Mega said, Councillor Perfect, thank you so much. You said, mental health as a arrange bebre into Nyabo Church when the Japan that was a when you say later so Ghana. In the future, we could probably bring her back to continue conversation. Yeah, better to ask because Mr. still go focus on questions. Yeah. Before I better to ask the Pacho, PK Tamana Okasa before. Already a gentleman because say, oh, not ne account issue. But I send a direct message. You say, I'm with my CCR. And they said, I say, we see kind of mental health and mental health issues. We're working on it as we speak. But you'll be better. Anything from me, because I don't have any updates outside of Texas is live. And thank you for showing Calibos' video. Said Texas is live, hey, this is Seattle. And at this time, the patrol questions be about or app, experience or app, how you want to ask any questions about your, feel free and you will start taking questions now. And so we start with Esther's iPhone. But when you say a question, we're here for time with tap and now saying here for Dr. Perfect. Dr. Perfect, thank you so much, by the way, again. Esther, about your question here, Esther's iPhone.
Yeah, sure, sir.
I don't know, sir. My number about Esther's iPhone there.
Number.
Oh, okay.
That was a good try, though. But I think Esther is from the previous one on Manisa. So Joshua will be the next.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. So Dave, there's a month may your bank transaction and co.
Oh.
This stay versus I no pay up from my year, maybe names of me from so more shamanako affiliate field. I had the I don't know the issue with it. So I try commercial bank, it doesn't go in. Then I change to former SSB. It's not the same issue.